So let me tell you the proposal story. Now, literally, the proposal, Chieze, 10 out of 10. Like, there's one thing I would change, but I won't mark it down for that. So basically, what happened was...
is it the umbrellas?
Can you let me...
No, I'm just asking, is it the umbrellas?
Yes, no, okay. It's the bus. You know what...
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'll get you. Yeah. So basically, I had a friend's wedding, and I called him up. I said, oh, do you want to go to his wedding? He's like, oh, you're not free. I said, what do you mean I'm not free? I was looking at my calendar. I said, yeah, he's like, you're not free. I said, but what do you mean? He's like, you're not free. And I was like, oh, because before, at this time, we were like 3 years in our relationship. And we'd always said like, it'll be minimum 3 years before we would get engaged. So I was freaking out. Like, I called my sister thinking like she wouldn't know. Of course she knew, but she did her sisterly thing because they'd been talking for weeks, planning. So I called her and said, oh my days, Chieze's going to propose on this day. What do I do? She's like, don't worry. We can still do our thing, blah, blah, blah. So when Chieze was like, okay, don't worry, 3 o'clock onwards. That's when we're going to do. On that particular day. So before 3 o'clock, me thinking, nothing happening before 3 o'clock is going to be proposal related. I was just thinking it would just be normal day, So I went with my sister. At the time, we were doing a video editing business, and we thought we were meeting with a new client. So, and I don't like to dress up. It's long. So I was annoyed. Anyway, long story short, got there, had breakfast. All of a sudden, the client doesn't turn up. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, well, I'm having breakfast with my sister. Then we had breakfast, and then next thing I look at my phone, I get a message. And it's like, clue 1. This is the first place we had our date. I was like, no! He got me! Because I like to be surprised, but I'd like to know what's going on. And he basically organised a whole treasure hunt at key locations around East London and Central London that were different significant points of our relationship. So when I walked out of the restaurant, one of my best friends, who was also a bridesmaid, was there with a box and another clue. And he just planned this whole thing out. Like, he did. Honestly,
it wasn't just a clue that was in there. It was...
Oh, yeah. Then there was a DVD. Like...
So basically...
No, wait, this is my time.
Go.
And then you can this is my version.
Go.
Anyway, so everything was a key. Like I said, it was like part of our relationship. So the DVD she had was Iron Man 2, because that was the first thing we went to see in the cinema together. I tell you, every friend who was a bridesmaid, they had a box.
They became bridesmaids.
They became bridesmaids, yeah. They had a box which had like a DVD, because I was trying to build up my Disney DVD collection. Not
everyone was DVD.
Are you going to...
I'm just saying, not everyone was a DVD.
Let me get to the end.
Okay,
fine.
Not everyone was a DVD.
Okay, so we get to the bit where it's the shard, this is where we had our... Was it like our... It was where we announced to the world that we were...
Yeah, because we didn't tell anybody beforehand that we were together.
Yeah.
Until just after when we had a day at the shard.
Yeah, and that we had been together for like 6-ish months, give or take.
And also, wasn't that a birthday present for me as well?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway,
what do you mean something?
Let me get to the end.
Alright, fine.
So we got to the shard. I think, Chieze is gonna be here. Get to the shard now with like my bridesmaid, my sister, and then my sister's there. I said, why are you here? Where's Chieze? I said, is he upstairs? And she's like, no, we're gonna go have lunch. Then I was thrown again, because I was like, this isn't how it's meant to be. Like, where is Chieze? He should be there. We started, the first clue was like 10 o'clock. This was like now 3 or 4, and I hadn't seen him. And there was a funny part. During me walking around, I almost bumped into him, but I didn't know, because I was just he was in a coffee shop that he had to duck down. I just looked in the shop and I didn't register.
Because basically I had to be about 1 or 2 steps ahead of Emma to prep the ladies. Like, here's the clue, you just stay here, that sort of thing. So at one point I had to do some like ninja duck and weaving. Yeah, like literally I was in the middle of Starbucks and just crouched down and with your sister. Yeah, we didn't move.
I literally looked in the store, but I didn't see him because I was so unexpected. And normally I'm on it, like my spy game is on it. So anyway, get to the shard. My sister, I think, Chieze is upstairs. He's not upstairs. Yeah. We have lunch. And I'm now, where is Chieze? I'm like, maybe he's at my mum's house. He's decorating it nice.
Yeah, that was the next clue, the location of the next clue.
Go home.
Yeah.
So I go home, open the door. Nothing. Just all my friends were sitting there. I was like, what's going on? And then it was the final clue. He'd written a song, which became our walking song.
It became no, not your water,
which spells our name because I struggled to spell our surname. So anyway,
at the time you did.
The time.
Now you're an expert.
Yeah. So anyway, so now we have to go to Alexandra Palace because that was where we had our first Valentine's Day. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, Chieze's gonna be here. So get to Alexandra Palace now. But what Chieze didn't realise, they'd closed off part of the road because of something. So my sister could only drop me so far. So I had to then walk and find where he was, and then that's when I started to get upset.
So just to elaborate on that, it was closed off for cars, but not public transport.
Yeah.
So that's why I was able to get there fine because I was using public transport, but unfortunately, not so.
I couldn't. So I was then annoyed because I had to call him like, "Where are you? I have to find you." He's like, "Just keep walking to the bus stop," and I was like, "Whatever." I was like, "This is if I was planning it, I would have foresaw this." But anyway, it all melted away when I got to like near the bus stop, and then it had a sign. It said, "Emma, walk this way," and I'm like, "Oh my God." So I'm walking. I'm like, "Where is he?" Eventually get to where he is. If you know Alexandra Palace, there's like a fountain, and there in the distance I could see him. Were you even wearing the shirt? You might have been wearing the shirt.
Was it this one?
Or another red shirt? Anyway.
No, it was the other one. The one that doesn't fit me anymore.
Anyway. Wearing a red shirt and a red Power Ranger helmet. I'm like, I know that's my soon-to-be husband. And then he said some beautiful things. The thing is, I don't remember all the beautiful things. The thing I remember, he's like, "Oh, you're getting really annoying, but I still want to marry you anyway." So I know I've misinterpreted.
No. That's the summary of what I said. Yeah.
And he got down on one knee, and that was it. So I'm like, I will forever give him props because the amount of work, especially because of the type of person I am, he did good. Do you want to end anything? What's your version?
There wasn't much to add. It was
a lot.
It was a lot to plan.
Yeah.
It was a lot to plan because, I had to balance surprising you, but also informing you enough that you weren't completely annoyed.
Yeah.
And also, one of the girls who was there to give Emma a clue, was one of the weakest links. That Emma would have been easily interrogated her, and she would have spilled everything. So she didn't know anything about the day other than be here at this time.
Yeah.
So even if Emma was to grill her, she would get nothing. So I had to think ahead about that as well.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.